impact of these new world resources takes centuries, really, to happen. For the first few decades, the only thing that is coming back from the New World to Europe is gold and silver. They have a big impact on prices and commodities in Europe, but I'm more concerned about their effect on people's imagination. And how do you prove this? I believe actually that Copernicus and his new vision of the cosmos was influenced by this event, these discoveries. I think almost every boy and girl who was reading and knowing anything would grow up now thinking about the world differently than their parents and grandparents. But these are not things that are easy to prove. Eventually, the natural resources from the New World begin to affect Europeans in many ways. Fish stocks that they can now put into their diet. Many kinds of foods that are now abundant in Europe. It changes nutrition, which means it changes people's bodies. Other kinds of natural resources like wood, lumber, the forest of the New World, fur for clothing, cotton for producing textiles, clothing, sugar that becomes a huge part of the European diet. And then, perhaps most importantly of all, some 80 million Europeans leave Europe to go to this New World to make homes for themselves. That's a huge shift in population. And what these people find are soils where they can grow food and crops and create new lives for themselves and send money back home and change the whole dynamics of their own lives as well as those of their societies. So this is a process that unfolds over centuries. And it's hard to make a simple quantitative assessment of what those effects have been. But I think just what I've mentioned here suggests that it was huge, almost impossible to imagine. And yet historians have generally tended to ignore this. Not everybody, but have tended to ignore it.